Hi, my name is Dr. Zara Ali, and I am a general ophthalmologist practicing in Grapevine, Texas. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that is very near to my heart, which is sugar. We're going to be talking about added sugars, why it's bad for you, and how avoiding added sugar can help you in all aspects of your health, including your eye health. So let's get started. First of all, what is the extent of the problem? How much sugar are we eating and how much are we supposed to be eating? The average American, according to the American Heart Association, takes in 77 grams of sugar per day, and the average kid takes 81 grams of sugar per day. How much should we be taking? For kids and for women, we should be taking 25 grams of added sugar per day, and for men, 36 grams of added sugar per day. So we as a community are taking in 3 times as much sugar as we are supposed to be taking in. Where is all this sugar coming from and why is it bad for us? The added sugar is an issue, especially when it's sugar in its free form. So think about an apple. An apple has some sugar in it. It's not added sugar, but it also has fiber inside of it. So when you eat an apple, you get the sugar from the apple, you also get the fiber to help you feel full, and most likely you're not going to be able to eat 20 apples. But if you just take apple juice, which is also natural, but you drink the juice, you can drink 20 apples worth of apple juice and still ask for more, like my 4-year-old does. So even though that is quote unquote natural, it's still considered a free form of sugar and therefore an added sugar. So maple syrup, honey, sugars like that, those are all in that added sugar category. Where else does our added sugar come from? Most of it comes from food, from things that we know are unhealthy, such as candy, soft drinks, sweetened coffee drinks, desserts like cakes and pies. So just as an example, somebody gave me a chocolate bar the other day, and I love to eat that chocolate bar, but I saw the nutrition label, and that one bar has 24 grams of sugar, which is how much I'm supposed to be eating all day long. When I go to Starbucks, I would love to get the caramel frappuccino, but I looked at the amount of sugar in a tall caramel frappuccino and it's 38 grams. And I'm gonna be real, I never get the tall, I always get the grande. And the grande has 55 grams of sugar. That's how much I'm supposed to be eating over 3 days, not in just one drink. My sister had a birthday earlier this month and I wanted to send her cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory because we love Cheesecake Factory, but the red velvet cheesecake had 100 grams of sugar in it, and unless she's planning on sharing with 10 other people, it's probably not the best gift for her, keeping her health in mind. So what's the big deal? You know, sugar is great, it's during parties, we enjoy it. What's the big deal? If we all have a little extra sugar, why does it matter? The reason that it matters is because 2 out of 3 Americans are either overweight or obese. And that being overweight and obese, it comes from the excess calories that we're getting with the free sugars that we're not supposed to be consuming. And being overweight, being obese puts us at higher risk for heart disease, liver disease, and type 2 diabetes. And this not only costs our body, but it also costs us in dollars. The British Medical Journal did a study where they did a simulation model and looked at we as Americans, if we can reduce our sugar consumption by 20% over the next 20 years, then we can save our healthcare system $10 billion just in direct cost, hospital bills and things like that are related to diabetes, liver disease, and heart disease. And if we as a community are able to reduce our sugar consumption by 50% over 20 years, that's going to save our system an extra $20 billion in direct healthcare costs. Plus, it's likely an underestimate because there's so many other positive impacts of having less sugar in our diet. As an ophthalmologist, I was very excited and interested to see that consuming less sugar can also help our eye health. Macular degeneration, age-related macular degeneration, is one of the leading causes of blindness in America. As As its name sounds, as we get older, age-related macular degeneration, the retina, the layers of the retina in the central part of the eye, which is called the macula, those layers start to degenerate. The photoreceptor layer, the retinal pigment epithelium, those areas start to atrophy, and we can't see for our fine focus vision. We can't see to drive, we can't see to read, we can't see fine print. And there was a study done in rats that were fed high glycemic index foods. Their eyes started developing those same macular degeneration related changes, the photoreceptor layer and the retinal pigment epithelial layer degeneration. And rats that were fed low glycemic index foods didn't have those changes. But the best thing about this was that the rats that were initially fed the high glycemic index foods, but then switched to a diet with low glycemic index foods, their macular degeneration stopped and in some cases reversed. That's great news and a good reason for us to, as a community, another reason for us to stop consuming as much added sugar. Of course, all of these studies need to be done in humans and further research needs to be done, but it is a good reason for us to not eat so much sugar. So then what do people like me do? People who love to have sugar daily in our diet and love to go to those places like Starbucks and Cheesecake Factory and even in the pandemic era, we like to get takeout and things like that. There are lower foods with less sugar that can still give you that sugar fix without being so bad for your health. In our house, we started this new thing where we do the 3-ingredient oatmeal cookies, oatmeal, bananas, and a few chocolate chips. And and that cookie is great for breakfast. It's great for a snack. My 4-year-old loves it. I love it. And it's a good alternative to eating things with lots of added sugar. At Starbucks, instead of getting that Frappuccino, if you get an unsweetened tea, you get that Starbucks experience without the added sugar and the added calories that are not good for us. Even at Chick-fil-A has chicken nuggets, but the issue is the sauces. The sauces have sometimes so many grams of added sugar. Instead of honey mustard, if we can just choose regular mustard to dip our chicken nuggets in, again, we can get that experience without the sugar. Cheesecake Factory, instead of getting the cheesecake, if we get that bowl of fresh strawberries, you get that sweet dessert finish at the end of your great meal without the added calories. If you have some good ideas on how to get your sugar craving without the added sugars that are so bad for our diet, I would love to have you comment and share it with us so that we can benefit too. Happy eating and see you next time.